Finals of the Star City Games Open Series here live in Boston. I'm Adrian Sullivan, joined here by Joey Pasco. We are going to the third game of the top 8. One of these two players will be playing tomorrow morning. And right now, Gerry is going to be on the play. He lost game 2 to a very, very late game attempt at the combo from Scott Blumenthal.
All right, so turn 1 preordained from Gerry. And Torpor Orb on turn 2 from Gerry to follow up Scott's Island. So that is going to be a problem. Now Scott obviously knows that Torpor Orb is available for Gerry. 3 copies in Gerry's sideboard.
There's a Ponder from Scott then.
Now does Scott have Manic Vandal in the deck? He does have 2 in the sideboard. How can he fight that Torpor Orb? He's got Manic Vandal into the Royal. But that's going to be a pretty significant speed bump. So
Turn 3 Jace from Gerry to follow that up. This is amazing for Gerry. He's in great shape.
Yeah, Torpor Orb is just... It's now Scott, again, like a Spellskite, Torpor Orb forces him to have a third specific card to deal with the Torpor Orb before he can even get the combo off.
Scott
That's right. Manic Vandal doesn't work.
Yes, Manic Vandal.
I'm just looking at things that destroy artifacts and like Manic Vandal.
Ponder from Scott immediately shuffles. So it was a very quick snap shuffle, as it were. Gerry cuts. Scott draws. We're likely to see a pass here. Scott says go. Gerry draws. And then draws again. Another Jace in Gerry's hand amongst other cards. Preordain from Gerry.
Is he digging for a land drop?
He very well might be. Leaves one on top, one on the bottom.
Having trouble checking out. So there's a Celestial Colonnade.
And so he was digging for a land.
It's very possible, yeah. I had trouble seeing what else was in his hand. I mean, if he plays something other than a Colonnade, then he wasn't. But there's a Colonnade, so it's very likely he was. Scott plays his 4th land, Scalding Tarn. So he's got Island, Arid Mesa, Scalding Tarn on board. And a Gitaxian Probe. So we're going to find out exactly what Gerry has going on here if Gerry allows it. So, and he does. So we have a Tech Edge. So Gerry was not digging for a land drop.
Tech Edge, a Seachrome Coast,
Oblivion Ring, Jace, Bellerin, and 2 cards I can't see.
I think one of them might be a Dismember, maybe?
There's definitely... I'm going to say that's 2 Jaces there. So he's actually got... That may be a Dismember in the middle that we didn't see. But it was O-Ring, Tech Edge, Jace.
Well, he did draw that Celestial Colonnade off of the Preordain, which is to say that he actually set himself up to have 6 mana available from the...
He may have been digging for a land, but maybe it wasn't actually like he was going to miss his land drop if he didn't hit it.
Yeah. He lays a second Jace after cashing out the first Jace. Scott thinks.
And it resolves.
Gerry puts it down.
Gerry draws a card. Gerry has Mana Leak off of that. And Glacial Fortress.
And double fetch, shortcutting from Scott Blumenthal.
He gets double mountain. And
End of the
taps
turn. Into the
out.
royal with kicker, perhaps? Into the royal
Right.
with kicker.
Into
That's
the, what did he even target? Not even sure. He announced it, but
Into the royal with kicker target. Never mind. I'm just gonna counter it. Doesn't
yeah,
care.
it's like don't matter. Whatever you target gets the counter. Yeah, that's interesting. So since Manic Vandal doesn't fight the Torpor Orb, he really only has Into the Royal to fight Torpor Orb, from what I can tell.
That's true.
He has
That's a good
no
point.
way, and it's not even a permanent
Well,
thing.
the other way he has to fight Torpor Orb is resolve Inferno Titan and attack with it.
Right, yeah. I mean,
It's just kind of sidestep it.
that's rough, but I meant as far as fighting it. Yeah, that's one way to do it. It's a tough way to do it because now Gerry does not care about Splinter Twin.
A sixth
combo.
land from Gerry.
If he
Tectonic
protects,
Edge.
if he protects that Torpor Orb, he doesn't have to care about Splinter Twin combo at all, and just needs to protect the orb and counter Inferno Titans.
Of which there are only two that Scott has access
There's only
to.
2 in the 75, right? So
Halimar depths in play.
yeah,
I will predict that Gerry is going to
Tech
Tectonic
edge that,
Edge that.
yeah.
It's just given first opportunity.
Gerry playing 27 lands, and
Oh, I'm wrong. He's going to go for the aggro. Goes for the attack. Take 4. Says go.
it's very interesting.
Lays a land first,
I guess
perhaps.
being that he is not fearing the combo, yeah, that's it's a 1/4. It's fine. And there's an island.
In it comes. Deceiver Exarch murdering Jace.
Yeah, the interesting thing there was, like, couldn't he have had, if he had an Into the Royal and a Splinter Twin in hand, just bounce the orb and then play the
potentially won.
Splinter Twin and win? Yeah.
Potentially.
I mean, Gerry had 1 mana up and does not play Spell Pierce. But that is not what happened. Instead, Jace Beleren got beat up on by a Deceiver Exarch and cost Gerry a card. Alright, so Gerry not on the attack with Colonnade plan this turn.
A new Jace, perhaps? Or
Looked like it. Well, he tapped 3. He
there's
plays
the new
land.
Jace. Well, new as in a fresh
Yes.
Jace,
Fresh
not as
Jace
in
Beleren.
not as in a 5 casting cost
No,
Jace.
yeah, not new Jace, but a new Jace Beleren. So, that is now on the stack, and that is Gerry's 3rd Jace of this game. Looks like Scott's gonna fight this one.
Scott's thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah, and there's the
all.
token.
Jace draws Gerry a card, and it is another Colonnade. Does have that Tech Edge available to take out the Halimar Depths if he chooses. All right,
And there's the end of the royal.
there's an Into the Royal.
I don't know. This looks pretty scary for Gerry.
It does. And that was at the end of turn, so Gerry had to discard. Discards a Seachrome Coast. Now let's see what can Gerry do. If Scott decides he wants to go for the combo. Gerry does have a lot of cards in hand due to those Jaces. Scott has 7 mana available here, so that represents potentially 3 dispels. Not very likely that he has all 3 dispels, but
I mean,
he did have all 3 in game 1.
He's been pondering and preordaining for a long time this game. And here goes. 3 blue sources available. He casts the Splinter Twin. Gerry has only 4 mana available to fight this war. We're going to have to see what the first step for this fight is going to be.
Yeah. Very interesting, because all I can see in Gerry's hand, well, I can see he's got Celestial Colonnade. Actually, let's not talk about what's in his hand, since people may be able to hear us.
Yeah, be careful in case people are listening.
Yeah, I think we're pretty safe, but not going to chance it. Okay, so there's a Dismember.
Dismember, first attempt to stop the combo.
Okay, there's a Negate from Scott, leaving only 1 island untapped. Gerry has Flash Freeze. Flash Freeze and Flash Freeze resolves. Gerry successfully protects himself for that turn and gets rid of a Splinter Twin. So Jace eats a little bit of a Deceiver Exarch. It's still hanging out there with 1 counter on the Jace. Gerry preordains. Bottom. Very quickly decided. Torpor Orb. You can definitely tap 2. There it is, Torpor Orb. Now we know Scott's exhausted 2 of his Into the Royals already.
There's 1 Into the Royal left, period, for Scott to be able to fight against this.
And Gerry lets both players draw a card. And Tech Edges the Halimar Depths. Passes the turn back to Scott with only 2 mana up. I mean, granted, that Torpor Orb's going to stop the combo, but if Scott has Into the Royal for the Torpor Orb, which apparently doesn't, it could get really scary for Gerry again, 2 turns in a row.
Says go.
Did he attack Gerry that time, or did he attack Jace? I'm having trouble.
I honestly can't tell.
It was Gerry that time. Okay.
Halimar Depths.
And that's interesting because he's been hitting Jace. It's almost like Scott realizes I need to actually fight you with real damage, rather than assuming I'm going to be able to get this combo off. Now I think, yeah. Again, I'm not going to mention what's in players' hands or on the tops of their library if I can help it. So
says go.
Passes the turn to Gerry. Gerry untaps.
That body language in that go just was such a defeated shake of the hand.
Yeah, like more like a disgusted, this is not what I'm looking for kind of thing. So Jace draws a card for Gerry. Gerry and just Gerry. And are we going to see... No, we are going to see Oblivion Ring on the Deceiver Exarch.
And Gerry's holding all of the cards.
All of them in the world. Top 16 deck lists are apparently up on StarCityGames.com if you want to take a look.
Preordain from Scott. He has a lot of work to do to be able to come back into this game.
And Gerry's not even going to let him.
You know, I've got extra stuff lying around. I'll just counter that one.
Yeah. And I'll even pay for it. He even pays the mana for a mental misstep. And Scott pays mana for a mental misstep. He wants to preordain badly.
He's like, no, I really need to find something valuable here.
Yeah, please let me preordain.
Part of it is he's just running out of time. That Jace Bellerin is going to bury him.
I mean, if it's not already buried him, this is the third Jace. Okay, second mental misstep from Gerry. he's like, yeah. Just second mental misstep targeting the preordain. So
and
yeah, no preordain.
Crumbles. Gerry draws another card.
And do we have a colonnade in the red zone? Yes, we do.
Gerry says rawr.
Yeah. Hit you for 4, pulls it back.
That's a go.
Is this a go? End of turn to see your Exarch.
Doesn't even do anything. I mean,
no
it's
trigger.
a 1/4.
Right.
Yeah. Insty 1/4. He can attack that Jace though.
Yeah.
Die, Jace, die.
I mean, yeah, that's one way to keep the Jace from burying you more. Alright, so still at the end of Scott's turn, it looks like. Scott, I believe, said go. Scott, yeah. Again, I keep almost saying what's in players' hands, and I catch myself.
And Gerry's like, swing for 4, go.
Yeah.
Okay,
Basically,
so Scott needs Into the Royal plus Splinter Twin, plus a card to deal with the Flash Freeze.
So Gerry goes down to a precarious 13 life from that 1 damage by the Deceiver. All right. Again,
and there we are.
There it is. Gerry Thompson wins 2-1 versus Scott Blumenthal. As you hear the applause. Gerry Thompson, another top 4.
Gerry definitely putting on the gas here for this Player of the Year race. Gerry is in second place right now behind Edgar Flores. Edgar at Pittsburgh